So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite yellow bone, Miss Dani Leigh. As you all know, Dani Leigh is a dancer, choreographer, and R&B singer who basically diminished her career and reputation to being rapper DaBaby's third baby mother. We all saw their tumultuous relationship play out on social media months ago when DaBaby decided to go live for all of 30 seconds and expose an argument they were having. Prior to that, Dani Leigh dropped this very offensive, uncalled for, and completely cringeworthy song that went a little something like this.
Yellow bonus, what do you want? What do you want? Yellow bonus, what do you want? What do you want? Para Miguel se lo want. Para Miguel what I want.
This song was to taunt DaBaby's first child's mother named Mimi, who was a dark-skinned woman, and Dani Leigh is a white Latina. Now, I'm gonna be real. I originally didn't make this video to speak on that situation or about race very deeply, but I'm definitely gonna have to bring it back up because she did address the backlash she got, and I want to decipher it. As much as that does play into what led to her career demise, I think it's more than obvious that the situation deserved the dragging that she got and continues to receive. I want to have this conversation without the comments saying that y'all don't care for this commentary because she spoke down on a black woman, because there is much to unpack here. And also, because the black woman that she actually spoke down on is not innocent, not scot-free, and is also definitely playing into this circus that DaBaby is conducting. Dani Leigh recently did a sit-down interview with Angie Martinez about her relationship with DaBaby, the controversy behind her Yellow Bone song, and just getting her side of the story. I have so many thoughts on this entire situation, from the relationship, the song, and her place as the third baby mother. I've broken this video down into 3 main talking points, so without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first point is the Yellow Bone song apology. So the first thing I wanted to discuss is this entire Yellow Bone situation, because I know y'all want to hear my take on this first. I think I'd be beating a dead horse if I said that the song was offensive and that she was completely in the wrong for what she said. Now let's take a look at her apology. As much as I love accountability, I just feel as though the accountability is semi-there, but it's definitely not hitting how it's supposed to. Like, it's just not giving what it's supposed to give.
It was definitely a learning lesson for me, and I just want to say to everybody that I'm super sorry, because it just was a mistake. I'm a Dominican woman. I have family members that are dark-skinned. My daughter's a black girl. Like, it just was, to even speak on skin tone, like, I realize how, like, messed up that is now.
Did you have, like, no idea of that before?
I didn't have no idea of it, but I don't think I wrote the song intentionally, like, to be, like, a praise of, like, light skins or anything. So it was just kind of, like, I don't know. I just think I wasn't really thinking. It was very, like, ignorant.
Now, I understand that the mood of this interview was supposed to be more or less to speak on all of her controversial situations, and her most uncomfortable one is going to be recognizing that the Yellow Bone song was off-putting, but she had more than enough time to really dig deep and think about how bad this situation really was. Her body language and her inability to convey a proper acknowledgement of what she did was making me really want to click off. She said she was so sorry, and I don't think that's enough. It wasn't that she came out with the song to promote lighter-skinned women. It wasn't that she came out with the song just because. She had malicious intent with this song, and she tried to get a one-up on a woman that she's literally sister-wives with at this point and to this day. I think Dani Leigh is honestly one of those girls who has always been gassed up for being someone that looks ambiguous, even though her entire appearance is fairly mediocre in comparison to her expectations. And I don't say that to down-talk her. I don't think she's ugly, but I don't think her looks are superior to anybody in the sense where she can use her looks to put down another woman, if that makes sense. I don't think this interview hit how it was supposed to, because that situation was too severe for it to just be a small, isolated segment in this interview. And I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch the entire interview because I truly didn't care to, but I think her acknowledgement of the situation was lackluster and very bare minimum. I don't think people care that she's DaBaby's third baby mother as much as they cared that she offended a whole skin shade of women who have been historically and systemically oppressed for what they look like. Your skin color, your features, your entire appearance is not up to you. So to offend others, and she wasn't even provoked to do so, it was just a complete mess. It almost makes me think that there's something wrong with her because she could not have thought that this was going to go over well. The song was absolute garbage, and her entire reasoning for doing it was just very juvenile, because I do get going back and forth with a girl over a guy, but that's very high school. Like, who still does that? Like, she and Mimi are way too old to do that, and everybody in this situation is completely childish. She also mentioned that she's a Dominican woman, and we all know that Dominican people do face a ton of colorism in their community. So to use that in her commentary almost made her look worse, because she should know better, right? I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends from childhood, and they used to speak down on Dominicans and say that Dominicans are basically dirty, and that you'll know a Dominican because they're just as black as a black person but have Latin origin. Literally, my Boricua friends used to tell me this. So I know that colorism does exist in the Latin communities. So if she's very in touch with her Dominican heritage, it's still crazy to me that she would make a song like this, because why bring up your ethnicity in your apology if you've seen firsthand how harmful the mindset of colorism is in so many different communities, not just in the black community. Let's be real, she only is sorry because she got played. If the baby would have chosen her and they were living happily ever after, there would be no apology for that song, no apology for putting down a whole skin shade of people, and no yearning for empathy and sympathy from the public. Her career literally went to shits because of this, and there are certain things you don't play with when it comes to the media. She also said that she didn't write the song to intentionally be a praise of light skins, and I'm like, that's a lie, because that was the whole point, sis. Like, don't lie now. It was to big you up, to make you look superior to a darker skinned woman, and that's downright mean if anything else, especially to do it so publicly. It's one thing to have said this in a text message or over the phone to the intended target, but to put out a snippet of a song to tease somebody based off of skin tone, it's just mentally unhinged. There had already been enough conversations about colorism for her to understand the response that she would get. Colorism has been a big topic of conversation on social media for the past 3 years. As soon as people find out that you're a colorist, you're basically canceled, and the whole Yellowbone song is an irreparable and pretty permanent detriment on her career. I wasn't really buying her apology. I definitely do think she's sorry in a sense where she knows it's wrong and knows that she was wrong, but the effectiveness of her apology just didn't do anything for me. I can't help but find nothing to resonate with when it comes to Dani Leigh, because although I've been there and being let down by a man who has gassed me up, I would never take out my frustrations on the next woman, and especially not on a whole demographic of people who could possibly be supporting me. Now, point number 2 is her describing her side of the story with the baby. I'm going to be realer than real. I think she got what she deserved, and that's a lot coming from me, because I don't want to see women in this position at all. She now has to raise her baby and be a single mother while dealing with the most annoying, childish, unaccountable rapper in the game right now. The baby is going to get his own karma, because there's no way he thinks that all of the things that he has done and the shenanigans that he gets into is going to go without consequence. But for Dani Leigh, I think this entire situation showed her why people preach about protecting your womb and not falling for sweet nothings and being cautious of famous rappers. I hate to paint all rappers with the same brush, but there's very few of them that actually act accordingly when it comes to relationships. Like, I don't think I can name any that do off my head right now.
During that time, I definitely wasn't his side piece, and he knows that too. But I felt like when I spoke to him, he told me like the night before I was doing the most when it comes to like crying and all this stuff, how I felt. And I guess he said what he said out of anger and try to make me look bad, I guess. I don't know.
So that moment happens. Can you even
Right.
Can you even believe it while it's happening? Like, what are you thinking while it's happening? I know you said you're drinking wine and stuff. And you was
that night, the first night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It was definitely wild. It was very selfish, being that I just had our baby. Like, it was very selfish. And
does he apologize to you?
No.
Really?
He's just like that, though. As you can see, you see in his interview, he said, does he regret anything? He said, nope.
So she basically said that when he went live, it was very triggering, and I do feel that. Like, you're in the midst of feeding your 3-month-old baby, and your child's father is arguing with you about something petty. She looked tired and exhausted, embarrassed, and I still can't believe that there are some women who don't empathize with the fact that a child is a huge victim in this case. I get not wanting to give her sympathy for the overall situation, but in that specific time, I did get secondhand embarrassment, because no, no, okay? Like, because no. yo, no, you will not gaslight your child's mother while your baby is in her hands being fed. I think that's very evil on the baby's half. Dani speaks about how she wasn't a side piece, and I don't care what no one says, I do believe her on that. If you want to have animosity towards her and not feel bad, that's fine, but y'all know this man is the catalyst behind the BS. There are several pictures of him and her kissing and dancing and being lovey-dovey for the public to see. The baby lacks so much accountability, and that's how he's been able to control the narrative. It's so obvious that he gaslit her to feel better because she is a yellow bone and gaslit her to feel like she was the main chick. He is playing both her and Mimi. Like, yo, like, why is this even up for debate? Y'all be saying burn the cape, but making excuses like the baby isn't the problem or that he is the problem, but Dani Leigh didn't get done dirty. Like, she definitely did. I want women to stop acting like you've never been done bad by a man who played you for a fool. Stop acting like you've never seen this transpire. I get it. She's a colorist and offended women. You don't have to feel bad. But nah, this man is definitely the menace here, okay? Put your energy still towards the baby. He decided to post to his Instagram a reply to her interview, and it's like, seriously, bro?
I was gonna respond a different way, but I gathered myself and I decided to respond this way. First of all, I feel like you waited too late. I told you back in December you should capitalize off the situation, so I feel like that's a bad move. I also feel like it's a green move for, you know, your label to have you do drop the interview the same time you dropping a new song. I feel like y'all kind of showing y'all hand. I feel like y'all should have put that together better. I also feel like, you know, before we got on your brother ass, you were just at the London with me that whole week getting busy. And I also feel like you should tell them folks the real reason why I put you out is because you was stalking my other baby mama, and that shit was affecting, you know, my relationship with my princess, my big girl. And that's why I had to make the adjustments, you know, back in November. You know, I'm grown, I'm an adult, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta coexist with nobody who, you know, who too toxic for me and who, you know, who don't serve me well, you know what I'm saying? So I owe the world no explanation for that. But even, you know, when I could have cleared my name, I took the high road, and I ain't tripping about that. I'm proud of that. Cause I could have smashed on all that, but that would have, you know, that would have left Shorty, you know, and I ain't with that. I don't want Shorty broken. I just didn't want you around me no more, you know what I'm saying? And just like today, you know, I was finna have another birthday party for my princess. You done got on her line, playing. Just like before, you affected my relationship, you know, with my other children, because now, you see you causing stuff over here. You need to stay over there where you at. You see what I'm saying? But sell your records, do your thing. And there's a whole lot more I could say, but I'm not going to say none of it at all. It's all good. I just want to get on here and just speak my piece, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking my piece all year. I'm speaking my piece all 2022. See what I'm saying? So now I'm going to go get back on set and get back to work. I call my baby in a minute. Hopefully you let me talk to her. So, nigga.
In her moment to finally speak up, you decided to make this about you. If you're trying to salvage the last bit of relevance you have, just say that, okay? Because women, young black women who were originally his fan base, literally have slowly but surely removed their support of the baby. He is emotionally unhinged, distastefully cocky, and he acts like he's a god to be worshipped. Like, bro, your name is the baby, and you're about to be the bye-bye because people aren't checking for you like that. There was a comment on his video that said, this dude went from being so loved by so many to one of the most unlikable celebrities in the history of stardom. He's one of those people that are so messed up, but you literally have to let God exact vengeance on them. And it's clear by how things are going in his life now that he will eventually self-destruct if he does not change course. And that is facts. Like, that is completely facts, because how did he still feel comfortable speaking down on her publicly after everything that has already happened? She is still the mother of his child. He has no respect, like, at all. Let her tell her story and leave it up to the court of public opinion. It's like he'll do anything to make sure that she doesn't resurrect her career because he knows his career and reputation is on decline. It's giving short man, garden gnome, Santa's little helper syndrome. I really can't stand him, y'all. Like, I'm sure y'all get that. I get that Dani isn't a victim, but he still is very manipulative and actively trying to make her look worse and worse. And this is his child's mother. Like, who does that? Ladies, be careful who you give your womb to, because she has to deal with him pretty much forever. And like she said, he never apologized and doesn't regret anything he has said or done. And I want to to know, how can Dani stalking Mimi affect the relationship with his child? Like, it won't. Only the baby can ruin that relationship. And honestly, I'm 100% sure that he caused her to be looking at her Instagram page and all of the other petty things that us women would do because he still plays both of them like a fiddle. Like, Naker, please, stop giving yourself too much credit. I low-key think he loves that girl, but like in an evil way. Like, he loves being able to get her to react. He loves making her cry. He loves making her look so bad so that she has an emotional soul tied to him. I've been through this my damn self, and it's literally the worst. The narcissist boyfriend is the worst because they lure you in to make you feel like you're better than all of the other girls, and they publicly parade you, and then when things get serious, they switch like a knife and become your biggest hater. And man, I do need to tell my story, y'all, but y'all gonna have to wait until the day that I really make it. I'll let y'all know what happened with me. Now, my third and final point is Mimi and Dani. So after this interview went live, the baby's first baby mother took to her Instagram story to express her thoughts to this. Mimi wrote, "Side chick tried to turn main chick while throwing rocks and hiding your hand, and now looking for sympathy from the world. F out of here. My silence then saved a lot of face. Feel how you want to feel, but ain't another person gonna holler about holding Mimi accountable. I be quiet, but y'all still find some way to tear down my character." Mimi then continued and said, "Ain't never been bitter or mad, and funny thing is, I was being attacked for a year and some change, but ain't never looked to play victim. I sat my ass back and let everything unfold. Karma is just a bitch, but we already knew that." She went on to conclude her statement by saying that anytime she ever said something to a hoe is because they came for her first, which is basically her saying that she only came for Dani Leigh last year due to her previous comments. So this is what I think. Mimi, bye, girl, okay? You've never been quiet. You've always thrown shade as well. You've always backed up the baby's behavior, hence why he had 2 babies on you. And you were spotted wearing Dani Leigh's shoes. It's giving absolutely positively no. Like, no. Because no. Mimi should be so above the BS, and she also lives for the drama that has ensued in this situation. Let's not forget that Mimi was low-key a secret. When the baby was first coming out, nobody knew that he had a girlfriend, let alone a child with Mimi. I remember it was a shocking revelation when Mimi was made public because at that time, he was new and so well-liked and all these girls still fiend over him. She was never silent about anything, and I don't like this look for Mimi. She is a beautiful and talented lady who can capitalize off of being the baby mother to the baby, but chooses to settle and add commentary to a situation that is truly beneath her. How do these ladies not see that the baby is the problem? They don't have to be friends, but y'all children are siblings and he plays both of y'all. The second baby mother sits quietly and collects her checks and nobody even really knows who she is. And y'all are out here doing all of this malarkey. Like, just cut it, okay? Cut the malarkey. Dani didn't even mention Mimi at all in this interview, and Mimi was still bothered, and that's very telling. It speaks volume at the low self-esteem of these grown-ass women. And I say this because I've been here and done that. Like, all of my commentary is always because I've been in the same exact situation, and you look stupid, worried about the other girl in a situation where the circus conductor is making y'all both look like red-nosed clowns. He treated all of y'all like side chicks, and his ego is getting stroked the more y'all bicker. Mimi gives me, as long as he knows where home is, energy. And if she likes it, I hate it with every inch of my being. Like, no, it's not gonna be if she likes it, I love it. Because this isn't proving love or loyalty. It's proving that the baby made you the dingbat. All parties need to have a stadium full of seats and close down this circus. Dani Leigh, I can see a comeback if her talent really overshines the nonsense that has happened over the last 2 years, but it's gonna take a lot of work and we'll just have to see. Mimi, I want her to find a new man. Get with another rapper or a music exec or something. She is way too pretty and talented and should demand more for herself. She could even become the 3rd member of the City Girls. And as for Jonathan, the baby Kirk, good luck, Charlie. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you guys haven't already, please stream my song Ballin'. It is out on all platforms. I will link it down below for you guys to check out the video and for you guys to download the song. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.
Tell him brown skin goddess, yeah, he telling me I'm heaven sent. 2 green stripes, 1 white, and it's evident. He said he want an African, well baby don't be hesitant. But if I lose interest, I'ma still need 10%. African girls from the world, tell them represent. Put it on from my brown skin girls, and it's nothing less. Donnie yeah bad, playing checkers while I'm playing chess. You mess with Queen Chioma, then you know you messing with the best. I'm tall like a teak, juicy like a kiwi. Bars graduated, they was telling me to free me. And yeah, he called me Chi-Chi, he grabbing on my cheat-cheats. Damn, what you mean with the team, green, white, green. So I rock to the beat, oh yeah. And I shake on the beat, oh yeah. Few bands for a feature, so my money know they spoil. Chioma, I'm hot, I bring water to a boil. Come on, one time for the melanin girls, skin popping in the sun. Let me hear you one time, baby. Let me hear you one time. Yeah, 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 yeah. One time for the African girls, and you know we get it done. Let me hear you one time, ladies. Let me hear you one time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One shot, two shot. Come on, baby, come on. Put your hands to the top. Come on, ladies, come on.